Hi all, welcome back to our channel. So today's video we will discuss about the Hadoop architecture. I think you already aware about Hadoop and you are eagerly waiting to the Hadoop structure. So it is very easy. Let's give 5 minutes to me. I will explain how the working, what is the importance of Hadoop. In the 2016 or 2006 or that kind of time, we have less amount of data. For example, we are storing the data in the form of Excel or with the help of SQL, SAP, etc. Right? But in the 2006 onwards or 2010 onwards, we got new smartphone and the internet is everything, right? So that is the reason the huge amount of data is populated here and there, right? For example, like we are generating a lot of emails and video files, audio files, movie files, etc. That means everything is data, but we can convert the data in a efficient and a business way, right? So that is the reason the huge demand of data engineers, the efficient data engineers. And here you can see that we have given data set. We can convert the data with the help of Hadoop ecosystem into a multiple way. So that is the reason I am figuring this figure here. So we have multiple amount of data that we can convert with the help of Hadoop ecosystem. Hadoop ecosystem, we can tell that in the Hadoop ecosystem there is three things mainly there. First one is HDFS and the second one is MapReduce and third one is YAN. The first one is we can move on the HDFS. So the first thing, we are collecting the data over and over the internet, right? But definitely we want to store the data in somewhere. So the storage space is called Hadoop HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, HDFS. So the HDFS means a storage unit. We are collecting the data from the multiple sources and store into a place. So in the previous cases, we are storing the data in a traditional way, right? But here we are storing the data in a very compactable and efficient way. For example, you are storing the data as a block in our HDFS, and for example, I have 600 MB file in my hand, and what I do in this Hadoop HDFS, it is distributed to 128, 128, 128, 128 and 88 MB for the each system. Then what will happen? The processing speed will increase. So that is the importance of HDFS. And there is one more question you can ask here: if what happens if there is one node become crash? Okay, that is a relevant question, right? Already we allocated 128 MB for the day for the node A. So if the system crash, how we can read the data? So that time we can use the replication. There is a one more backup is there. It will store the data available in the node A. So if the other systems are available, we can allocate this data into another system. So this is a replication. This is a name you want to analyze: replication, replicating the data. So that is the reason the Hadoop HDFS is a fault tolerance, because we cannot lose any kind of data if one system is crashed. I think hope you all clear about HDFS, that is an ecosystem and a storage unit. And we are moving into the second part, the MapReduce. Already we store the data with the help of HDFS in a storage unit. After that, what we do, we will store the data, or the stored data we need to process for the future use. So that kind of time the MapReduce is important. So this helps us to process different kinds of data in a different manner. For example, in the traditional way, we are accepting all the data from everywhere, then one by one it was processing. But you can notice that it was time consuming, right? One by one, and it was, maybe there is an error, the chances of errors also there. That is very important. So what we do that time, we are finding one solution for that particular problem. We are thinking about one modern warehousing or modern technology to process these kind of data. So there is an easy way. We can divide the data into according to their file format. For example, we can divide the data into videos in one place and document in one place, one system, and music in one place. So that will be more efficient, right? So that we implement with the help of map reduce. So that you can see name, from the name you can understand that map reduce, map and reduce. So for example, it contains the emails we need to process in one system, and the videos in one system, audios in one system, not system like a node, and documents are in one system. Then combine, we can get the final output. And we can split the map into, for example, we are getting the data as an input here, and we split based on the extension. Okay, based on an extension we split it, and mapping into corresponding item and shuffling it, mapping and shuffling. Then reduce, we will get the right amount of, because this much of file, if count of one file means music file 100, the count of video file is 50, etc. So that will be more easier to find, because there is no need to one by one, because once we process a document, that need a separate extension or that need a separate application. And next we are ready to process a movie file, that is another application. That application time we can reduce if we sequence or we can order into the file in a separate category. So this will help us to load balancing. So that means load balancing if we use the Hadoop map reduce system. And then the time also, really we can reduce the time consumption also, right? So these are the importance of the map reduce. And in the third one is yarn. Yarn means yet another resource negotiator. Okay, yarn, yet another resource negotiator. So yarn means we are negotiating the data, we are negotiating the space from the multiple nodes. For the Hadoop architecture, we can know the Hadoop 1 architecture, Hadoop 2x architecture, Hadoop 3 architecture. We will discuss in the upcoming videos. In the 1 architecture, we have a master node, that is the central, for example, central unit. There is a master node. The master node corresponding to the all the available resources of the slave, master and slave architecture using in the Hadoop 1 architecture. So here you can see that first one, the client is requesting one data, and there is a resource manager. This resource manager allocated the resources. Resource manager will say, for example, this we can say that the master, this is slave. So I think one master we can connect it with the 3000 to 4000 slave node. Okay, then master resource manager allocated the job into the particular slave 1, slave 2, slave 3. There is one node manager. Node manager already tracking the data are available, or if the node is available or not, and communicated back to the resource manager. Then only resource manager know this node is available for the upcoming processes, right? There is an application master, and there is a virtual space, that means a container. For example, you have 4 GB requirement, but already this slave has 1 GB available, here also 3 GB available, but there is no node has 4 GB at a time. So what we'll do, we can allocate into resource manager, ask them to, I want, you can give 1 from here and 3 from here, then I can execute with 4, right? That is the name of yarn, yet another because negotiating, you can give me this one, you can give me this one, then it will be more efficient. So this is the case of happening here, and their containers also, the containers happening in the I think in the Hadoop 3 architecture. So this is the main idea about the Hadoop system. And in the Hadoop ecosystem, we already know we can inbuilt Spark is there, Uzi, Speak, components are there for different purpose. For example, some can process analytical purpose, data analytical purpose, some kind of help to load the data, some kind of tool, for example Pig-or, Woozy, Hive, etc. help to extract the data. So this is different for the different application. I think you hope all clear about this one. This is about the Hadoop architecture. In the upcoming series, we will discuss about Hadoop 1.architecture, 2x and 3x. Okay, bye.